double milk stand. Welcome, Horniacolistic farm fans. A little better show of the goat barn. This is the double milking platform. Mochi and Snow Mama just got milked. And try to show you the exchange here of how I do it. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth. We'll see how it goes though. Everybody, here comes Chuck. Come on, guys. Oh, hey, just hold on. Oh, there's Chucky up. Okay, good job. I gotta hook her up here. She's got food. Just a second. Well, that went better than I thought. This is the milk for the baby kids that I'm getting. And so, just while I'm milking Junie here, a little bit about what we're trying to achieve here with our herd. We're more of a homesteading goat. I'm trying to breed all the traits in together and make everybody dual purpose. Like I want a heavy muscled goat that milks well, and one even that can harvest cashmere from. So a goat that can do multiple things on the farm is better than conventionally, like a Saanen is bred mostly for, hey guys, I'm trying to shoot a video here. Okay?
Hi.
Yeah.
My name's
in.
TJ. My name's Tyson. This is Judy. This is Chucky. This is Sky. Sky's right beside. I'm Sky.
Our goats are bred more for dual purpose is what we're aiming for. Something that, gives you enough milk you can make cheese and everything, and still have good muscle tone for all the other goats, like all the male kids that you can't use for on the farm. So that's Junie. She's a product of that. She's a combination of Saanen Nubian, and we're crossing boar in. That's what Chucky is. She's a boar, and she has much more muscle. She's much more of a meat goat, but she still produces good milk. And we're trying to bring the fat content up by crossbreeding her to Nubian, which has the best A2 milk there is. She's just a big suck. Oh yeah, is that the itchy spot? There you go, egg chucker. Oh yeah. So, and like I showed you when I did the goat exchange there, Chucky, she's our shortest, heaviest goat, and she has no problem jumping the 36 inches up onto the milk stand, up onto the milk platform. It's a little tough moving this tripod around in here, but anyways, so our milk platform's 36 inches off the ground. I want our animals all to be able to jump and be healthy and not fragile. And in conventional barns, it's all level floors and no jumping, and they're worried about goats slipping and their legs getting hurt. One thing I probably wouldn't do again if I was building this barn, like for somebody that's interested in building barns, I wouldn't put the hay feeder in the middle of the floor. I would put it on the outside walls, so I could put hay in from the outside, so I wouldn't actually have to come in the barn to give the goats hay or water, and it leave more indoor space for them. Anyways, there's a nice little hiding spot underneath the hay feeder that the kids love to hide under. They get herd pressure and everybody's fighting, and not fighting, but they butt heads and everything else, so they hide under there and rest. And yeah, it's overall pretty good. Another thing I would change probably if I was doing it again is these wooden ramps up the back. Um, it's a pain in the butt having a ramp that you have to lift, and all the dirt and sand from the goats going up and down it all day is on it, and when you go to close it, it all drops on your head. That's one reason why I wear hoodies a lot, is because you don't get the dirt and sand down the back of your neck and on your head. I think if I was doing it again, I'd figure out stairs, and the no bottom step, so the goats would just jump the first step. They can jump 36 inches, no problem. But for me and everything, I think it would be good, if you had 8 or 10 inches clearance in most fields. That's probably good enough to still move the barn around. I put this up here above the milk stand because the goats would jump up on the milk stand and eat the roof. That's another thing that I would do if I was building it again differently, is the roof. I probably would not use this horse panel. It's a 4x6 horse panel, 16-foot long over the arch, and it's just bent up around. That's how I get the curve effect, right? It's good for watershed and everything, but changing tarps and the goats eating it and stuff, I think, is a pain in the butt. I think I would go more to a flat roof about the height of this. Probably 6'4" or 6'5". I'm 6'2", so just something that I can walk comfortably under and not bang my head. And then you could use rainwater harvesting, because that's better water than out of the ground. So I think it would be good for a flat roof, and like I said, less water carrying in the summer. They could drink rainwater. That's would be better for everybody, I think. And yeah, see, I have a little platform here to set the milk pail on and the wash bucket, so they, each goat is washed and dried before I milk them. That's where the double milk stand is nice, that you get to milk this goat, and then when you're done her, she still has lots of time to eat while you milk that goat, and then you come back to her and finish stripping her out so she produces all the milk that she can, and you're not leaving milk in her. And it makes chores a lot quicker. Like, it normally takes about 10 minutes a goat if you're on the milk stand out in front of the barn, where I'm just milking one at a time. You're about 10-15 minutes a goats, which adds up. But with the double goat, you're only about 6.5 minutes per goat, because, like I said, you're milking the other one while you're waiting to strip out the last of the milk. And again, with a lot of goat farmers and homesteaders, I see that they use goat teat dip. It's really not necessary. Like um, Junie's mother, when we bought her, she came off an industrial farming uh, farm, and her, if you're not using a milking machine, it doesn't dilate their udders. Like there's such a difference when you, like, these teats aren't dilated and are up nice and tight, and you actually have to massage it to get the milk to flow, and so they dilate a bit. Where when I first got her mom off of that farm, like, they don't, they're so dilated they don't close back up. But especially if they're milking 3 times a day, that that udder is open, and that's where they run into bacteria getting in there, and stuff that'll make you sick. Where, like I said, if you're milking by hand, you really do not need teat dip. Just as long as everybody's washed and clean, um, it's awesome. Like, so it's one less thing that you have to carry out and bring around in it. If you're wondering, with the floor spacing, all these spaces in the floor are 1 inch apart. I did on both the bottom of it and the milk stand itself. It's 1 inch spacing. I used 2x6 and sawed it in half widthwise. So, like, when I cut it in half, the 2x6, so now these are, a 2x6 is only 5.5 inches thick. So now these are all 2.25 thick, right? Or 2 3/4 thick, and 12 feet long. So that's what the barn is 12 by 16. Like, it's just on grain, the running gear off an old grain bin, and Chucky's getting impatient. She wants out. She's done. She says, "Let me out of here. You've been talking long enough." She gets anxious and digs at her feed thing. But goats are awesome. Like you saw when I did the exchange, they're super trainable. Chucky just runs up and jumps up herself, and pretty much everybody does. They're, especially for food, they're trained for that food. That's pretty much the only place in the farm that they get their grain, and it's all fermented. And they have their own order. I open the gate and they come out in order and stay back. Like, even Popcorn, she catches on. When you have the little kids around, the parents, they pick it up pretty quick that they're awesome. Super fast learners. They're great. It's like, goats are awesome. And so that's why we're just trying to make them more dual utility, combining all three. So that's a little bit more about the goat barn and the goats that we're raising. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments or questions. I try to get to answer them or incorporate them into a next video. So that's it for now. I'm Theron, Horniak Holistic Farms. Keep your microbes energized and plentiful. Thanks.